I will show you a quick 2D extrusion. So that line work that I have right here, maybe we can just rebuild this to show the same thing. So I'll move this group here and have it at the top as I rebuild it. So let's rebuild this instead of this. So this is a slightly more complicated version of what I'm about to do. So very quickly, this is curve. Oops. It didn't set anything because I set one and I have two multiple curves. Then I want to extrude and extrude. So let's extrude the first way. And then we need a direction. So it's asking for a direction before you start. Input parameter direction failed to collect data, so unit Z. There we go. How much can I extrude? Right now it's extruding by 1. Let's extrude by a lot more. 10. So if you were to do a line only, here you go, and then you can kind of build up again. That's what I'm doing here, right? So you can extrude again. And this time you want unit Z, unit X. And I want to extrude the same amount, 10 and 10. Creates a rectangle, right? You can also create a different number if you want to. By the way, to disconnect something, you want to hold Control and do the same connection thing. Again, Shift is for multiple and Control is to remove. You can also right click and disconnect that. Okay, so I'll unpreview that, and now you have this extrusion. So the same way works with this. So for this, what I'm doing instead though is adding twin curves, kind of like an array. So that means you can kind of do the same similar stuff to an array, right? So I have this curve and this curve, starting and ending. Let's do this curve and this curve. You can also, to add the same, you can hold Shift Option and click and drag. That will give you the same module again. And it will give you the same module again with the same inputted parameters. So if the same curve is here, then it will be here. So how about let's do that. We can take this. I'm holding Shift to get both. And then I'm holding Shift Option at the same time and dragging to get both. So now I have the same curves. Let me preview off. So now that I have these two, type in twin curves. So you can do, every time you type in, you can kind of see all the things that you can do within Grasshopper. So what I like doing is kind of taking whatever I see and then bringing it in and just like play around with it. I see surface A, surface B, and I start plugging in and seeing what happens. Every module will kind of show you what you need to do, but online, if you Google online, anything will pop up. and show you what the script could be. You can just kind of copy it or rebuild it yourself. It depends on the forum. But okay, so I have my twin curve here. How many times do I want the curve? I want the curve 5 times. Okay. So you want... So right now it's a factor of 1. So what you want to do is do a range. So the range, the domain is 1, which is that factor. 0 to 1 right now, but you can just type in either 1 or have the little panel. The way that I showed you up here. Then how many steps? Right now it's default, I think 10. But I want it to be 5. Here's 5. And then you can kind of... I'm gonna turn it off for now. And then I will do exactly what I showed earlier, which is extrude. I can copy this again. Extrude. Every time when you copy, it copies with that same connection. So it was connected to here again when I copied here. So I overrode this by connecting again. And then I want my Z and my X. Unit Z. Unit X. Connect their directions. And I'm going to take these two and connect these two to each. There you go. So now that I've built my extrusions, I can bake and I can have my array.